today's STEAM activity is going to be a chemistry demonstration, and so the items that you're going to need for today's project are, you're going to need vinegar, just some white vinegar. You don't need this much, we're only going to use 1/4 of a cup, but you'll need vinegar and salt. This is my salt cellar. There's salt inside. You're only going to need a small scoop of salt. You are also going to need pennies. You're going to need approximately at least 6 pennies, and you want them to be dated 1982 or earlier. You can find the date right here below Abraham Lincoln's chin. And let's get started. What you're going to do, you're also going to need 2 jars. One with, at least one of them needs a lid. And the other one, it doesn't matter if there's a lid or not. We are going to use also a paper towel or a small cloth like this one. And you're going to need an old toothbrush. So I've got this here. Okay, now let's get started. We are going to take about 1/4 of a cup of vinegar and put it into one of our jars. And then we're going to take a tablespoon of salt, put that in with the vinegar. And then you can take your old toothbrush and give that a good stir until the salt dissolves in there. And now you're going to add a few pennies. Don't put all your pennies in, just put about half of them in. So let's take 3 of my pennies that I have here. Go ahead and drop those in, and we're just going to set that aside for a moment. Now we're going to do the second half of our demonstration, and we're going to take our other jar that has a lid. We can put in a cloth here, and the rest of our pennies in here. We're going to add just a little bit of that mixture that we made. Not too much, just a splash. And then we're going to take the lid, seal the jar. You're going to set this aside somewhere undisturbed for a while and then check back on it periodically, because this part's going to take quite a bit longer than the rest of our demonstration. So after a few moments, we should be able to see some kind of difference with our first set of pennies that are sitting in the mixture that we made of vinegar and salt. Let's take out a few of those. Take those out, and I don't have a sink right here. You can go to your sink and wash off your pennies. You want to wash off the mixture. I'm just going to use this jar of water. Give them a rinse there. And then take them back out. Give them a little scrub with my old toothbrush. Shine them up a little bit. You should see that your penny is quite a bit shinier than it was when you put it into the mixture. So what's happening there is that the vinegar is an acid, and when it mixes with the salt, it removes that copper oxide from the penny. And you need those older pennies because they have more copper in them than more recent pennies. With our second set of pennies, we aren't going to rinse off that mixture. We are going to observe them over time. I would check back in about 2 hours on your pennies and see what they're looking like. Observe and write it down in your observation journal. And I will show you what mine look like after a couple of days. I noticed you can see the difference too between my oldest penny. The oldest one has quite a bit built up on there. That green mineral on there, that's malachite. That's what forms when the acid and salt mix with the copper. That mineral is called, that green mineral on there is called malachite. And you can see it here on another penny. This one's much greener looking, but there's actually a lot more substance on this older one. But you can see that one's pretty green. And then this one, which wasn't as old as the others, you can see hardly any green on that one. But they've only been in there for, they've only been in their jar for about 5 days now. So I would give it at least 2 weeks and check back after a couple hours, and then I would check back every day for at least 2 weeks and see what kind of progress your pennies are making. This is actually some really cool malachite deposits on top of this penny here. So that was a really old one with lots of copper. So you could keep this experiment going, turn it into a real experiment by comparing other acids, some things that you might have around your house. Orange, the juice from an orange is acidic. You can mix that with salt and put pennies in it and see what happens, set it aside, or lemon, or you could do both. Line them up, be sure to label them so you remember which one's which, and record your observations in your journal if there's any difference between the 2 or 3 or however many you end up doing. You could also try it with other coins. Does it work with other coins? I don't know. You find out. Thanks for joining me today in the chemistry lab, and I hope you had fun with this demonstration and experiment, and we'll see you next time. Bye, friends.